So pardon me for informing y'all as one who knows stuff. But if anyone has their camera, like I'm guilty as too. Why I'm not there myself. If anyone's pointing the camera, especially on themselves, anyone pointing the camera on their goddamn face and not on the problem at hand, then you can listen if you want to, but you don't have to. That's pretty much it. If they're not on the streets of iniquity, pointing directly at the problem and suggesting a resolution, ignore them. They are lying. All practices that are being suggested are irrelevant now. They were born out of fear, out of the cataclysm that occurred. All these practices of running to the mountains, running to the hills, lotus position, they were born out of fear of the next coming cataclysm. You understand? I mean, they were all born from that. The practices you're being presented, all the advice is born from fear itself. So how are you going to advance, ascend all the shit they're suggesting if you keep adhering to the limitations of the advice you're receiving? Now, if they're not in the streets showing you the extreme lack of slavery, then they are lying to you. And they're not suggesting of course, in a sense, I am too, because I'm not in there. I don't know where I don't know where the slavery is necessarily here. That's probably where I should be walking to. But those that have the fictional digital credits to go to the streets of iniquity, to Haiti, to the major concentration of slavery, and they're not doing it, and choose to hold conferences elsewhere, and choose to point the camera at themselves, and keep giving you, it ain't about ancient suggestions. That the very practices themselves were born out of fear of the next coming cataclysm. So what can be resolved from continuing these practices? And they won't stop. So there you go. It's just that simple. So those that say we've shifted consciousness and not all it takes, like I said, you give that advice to a slave. I'm talking to a child. To someone born extremely autistic, who don't even think like your absurd neurotypical ass. The advice doesn't apply unilaterally to all inhabitants. It's irrelevant. Not rocket science. Again, the sky really is fucking blue. I swear, every day I come outside like, goddamn, that sky's blue. And yet I have to get on my goddamn phone and remind the dead, I guess, I don't know what the fuck y'all are, that the sky's goddamn blue. The sky is motherfucking blue, idiots. We're not practicing those ancient fear tactics to resolve real life problems. So, if you want us to assume we've ascended to some other level of conscious and left no conscious and left not a single conscious behind, verify it in the streets of iniquity. Or you're lying and you know it.